poem, song, poem, poem, song, poem, song. Yeah. I like to mix other people's work into my own. I think my work's okay, but I'd rather share the stage with voices of people who, you know, are no longer here with us. Okay. Hold on, I have a set list. Very good. Since we are at a bar, I thought, you know, the first poem and song could be about booze. Be mad. Okay, so this one is called. By the way, I have no books to sell. How does she taste when she gifts herself in an amaro, this appetizer to whet your hunger and appetite? Does the smell of pine, herb, wood, clove, intoxicating whiff of forests make you lose yourself in her leaves and contours? You swallow each sip of her, add air to the small hole of your mouth, roll her around on your tongue. Wait for the linger. It takes 20 years before you realize what you can do to a man. Leave him smelling you on his beard, on his mind, in his phone, lingering words, a photo, wet bed sheets, the outline of your hip, hair short enough to grab yet not be lost in. Her syrup explodes in the top of your mouth. Breathe out her sting. Ooh. Little disclaimer, you don't have to clap in between anything. It's just kind of annoying. It gets in the way. I like to use like opera etiquette or maybe classical music etiquette. No, I don't like that because that's like big clap at the end, fine, whatever. I'm really into snaps and I'm really into moaning. Like you. You wanna do that? Let's do that. Okay. So the next song, this first song is so I'm singing 3 Cambodian songs, and I'll tell you about each of them. But they're all sung by singers who are no longer with us because in Cambodia from 1975 to 1979 there existed the Khmer Rouge regime, which especially having been born in a refugee camp, Afro parents had escaped Cambodia, and we were resettled in the Bronx. I don't know how not to have these voices in the back of my mind, you know, these voices that are no longer with us, both in a kind of obsessive, ghostly way, but then also the voices of artists. And so I want to keep them with me, always. And this is sung by one of our finest singers named Rosray Sotia. And it's called Today I Learned to Drink Wine. It's kind of a song about how like she's angry about a lost love, and she feels now that love is a poison. So I'm not that happy.
Sra
อยเป็นแน่นาซอYes, get it to me. Also, oh my God, this is recording. Like no pressure. I'm a musician first before I am a writer. So I've been singing since I was 5, classically trained in flute, in opera as well, twice music school dropout. But musicality factors into everything I do, and I believe like singing and words themselves are, as I tell my students, they're quite tasty and delicious. And so when you read it, you should really treat it that way, and you should also like really respect your audience. If they're here for you, you want to make sure that you've earned their attention, right? So I really believe in that. So thank you for being here. This is a really sweet crowd. So this is called Mekong Song. I compose you letters in the air among scattered saffron dust on this road. Darling pineapples with golden flesh call for attention on roadside display. Vendors in conical straw hats heckling motorists in face masks who reply with shrill retorts. Time slows down to the soft folds of a monk's crimson robe in traffic. The day departs in turmeric hues across the Phnom Penh sky. A 2-stringed fiddle announces a resplendent wedding of silk and sashes. Poles of the bow resonate across my ribcage and the continents to you. I am the longing in its timbre, the ache in the string's tension. And so this next song, it's called What the Partridge Cries, or more like, the birds cry, but my lover's forgotten me. That's more like the first few lines. So this one is Anthony, oh, by the way, Anthony Glennie. Super good human being, has worked with me a bit on this and is making sure of my Cambodian song dreams come to light. So thank you, friend. So this one is really sweet. You'll get used to the melody. I'll finish that, thank you. All right, 2 poems, then a song. And then we're done, with the exception of one like poem to honor some folks in the world right now. Okay. So, my parents survived what is now considered a genocide. So, I want to honor that experience. It's called Jungle Crossing, 1980. The fields are rife with landmines, legs and arms rain down like Nixon's bombs in the Cambodia-Vietnam border, bruising the ground with craters. This is how they raped the land. Our ancient enemy, the Vietnamese, extend soldiers and appendages across our border once more. In their exodus, gaunt Cambodians meet pirates who strip their dignity for gold, as Thai refugee camps bed them beside dirty soldiers and first world promises. I recall the Phnom Penh of our teens bursting with succulent juice from pomelos, ripped from their peels, spraying the boardwalk. Remember the monsoons, when floods meant ponds for children, good crops meant families ate year-round, when life and living still mattered. Music plays from an unknown distance. Survivors gather to resume a dance unfinished, unfurling their fingers in gestures once described as lotus blossoming. Sorry, I had to get dark. This one's called No Radio, and this is to prep you for the final song, which is by Cambodia's most famous singer, and they say that they don't know how he died. They don't know what happened to a lot of people, where and when they died. But the legend goes that he was asked, when they recognized him, they asked him to sing a song, and then they shot him. So it's something that I think, as a legend, is very deep in our psyche. 1. Sin Seesamut, Khmer poster boy resident in tenor of every residence off rooftops, on radios, a voice that chilled and warned. Beloved, iconic face, decapitated, pasted over bodies and posters. 2. My father is lost at Gun Hill Road in the Bronx. A voice interrupts my days, sprays 60 surf rock from the dashboard, a Cambodian riding the radio waves. Honey, this was the most famous singer in Cambodia. 3. Post-Exodus Cambodia, 1975, 2 soldiers looked over the singer, his palms pressed together in greeting. He is asked to sing something, but muzzled by rattling AK-47s echoing across hills. Children are playing soldier. Fetuses ripped from wombs dangle in nearby trees. Yet, when he opened his mouth, a flood of love melodies poured out. 4. An online friend revived Bopari Sro over a hip-hop instrumental. No one knows what happened to him, except the Khmer made him sing before they shot him. 5. The stench of the unburied transmits across towers of bones. So this song is called, sorry, can somebody close that all the way? I get really distracted. I'm easily distracted. Thank you. God, I make difference. So the song is called Jampa Batnamong, which is like the type of I think it's a magnolia flower. So, or Jampa, so the city where my parents lived during the Khmer Rouge. It's also the city where my brother, whom I never met, died from malnourishment, which was pretty common. And so this song, I know a lot of people from this town, and so it's a song that's quite special, and it's seeing like sort of a revival, and it's getting like a new life now. And I like to think that every time it's read or it's sung, it adds to, I don't know, it coming back to life. I also think of, it's hard not to think about my brother when I sing this. So yeah, I hope it means something to you. The song is about a man singing to the flower Bakumbong, how much I miss you, how I ache for you. But also, it's become a stand-in for like the missing of a place, that particular town, and the associations with it. So it's not just a woman anymore, right? To read one last thing, just because of who we have here. Hello, thank you for being here. This is a poem written by Hiba Abunada, translated by Huda Fakhreddin, and she was killed by an Israeli airstrike on October 20th. And so I don't know how you can read this poem and not sob. It's called I Grant You Refuge. And as someone who's born refugee, you know, I feel like seeking refuge is like forever. This the task of my life, and to help people with that. 1. I grant you refuge in invocation and prayer. I bless the neighborhood and the minaret to guard them from the rocket, from the moment it is a general's command until it becomes a raid. I grant you and the little ones refuge, the little ones who change the rocket's course before it lands with their smiles. 2. I grant you and the little ones refuge, the little ones now asleep like chicks in a nest. They don't walk in their sleep toward dreams, they know death lurks outside the house. Their mother's tears are now doves following them, trailing behind every coffin. 3. I grant the father refuge, the little ones' father who holds the house upright when it tilts after the bombs. He implores the moment of death. Have mercy, spare me a little while. For their sake, I've learned to love my life. Grant them a death as beautiful as they are. 4. I grant you you refuge from hurt and death, refuge in the glory of our siege, here in the belly of the whale. Our streets exalt God. With every bomb they pray for the mosques and the houses, and every time the bombing begins in the north, our supplications rise in the south. 5. I grant you refuge from hurt and suffering. With words of sacred scripture, I shield the oranges and the sting of phosphorus and the shades of cloud from the smog. I grant you refuge in knowing that the dust will clear, and they who fell in love and died together will one day laugh. Thank you so much, everybody.